Jujutsu Kaisen Explained 5 facts about Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll be going over some background information, history, facts and the premise or introduction to the series. So I will mention things only from the first few episodes. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Fact number 1. Jujutsu Kaisen is a Japanese term that literally means sorcery fight. It's a Japanese comic or manga series that is written and illustrated by Gege Akutami. Not sure how to pronounce the name, but I'll put it up on the screen. Jujutsu Kaisen is published by Shueisha, and the English publisher is Viz Media. It is under the Jump Comics imprint. The first thing related to Jujutsu Kaisen to be published was actually a prequel to the main Jujutsu Kaisen series. It is called Tokyo Metropolitan Curse Technical School, or you can also simply refer to it as Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. It is only a short 4-chapter series since it's only just a prequel. This was first published from April to July 2017 in the Jump Giga magazine. The main character Yuji Itadori is actually not in this part, but I still think it's kind of important to the main story, so I hope we get an OVA or a movie or something adapting this part. You can read this part before the main series, since this is a prequel, but I think it might be better to read it later on, maybe after watching season 1 of the anime or reading those parts from the manga. Instead of Yuji Itadori, it covers another character by the name of Yuta Okotsu. Let me know if you want me to do a video on Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. Anyway, after that, ever since March 2018, the main Jujutsu Kaisen series has been serializing in Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump, so that's when the main series really kicked off. As of this recording, there are 14 volumes of the manga, with a total of over 130 chapters, and it's still ongoing. Now we have the Jujutsu Kaisen anime series. It basically started running on October 2020 and is set for 24 episodes. The anime is licensed by Crunchyroll and Media Link. It is produced by Studio Mappa, which is the same studio behind the God of High School and the final season of Attack on Titan. They are also gonna give us Chainsaw Man, which is another big title. Studio Mappa are really giving us a lot of epic stuff this year. And Jujutsu Kaisen is really popping off. The Jujutsu Kaisen anime is so lit. Ever since the anime came out, the manga sales have been going up tremendously. It was actually ranked number 5 on the 2020 yearly Oricon sales ranking, selling over 6.7 million copies. This was before season 1 of the anime even reached its halfway point. Fact number 2. The main character's name is Yuji Itadori. He is a very fit, athletic, and strong high school student. He has an innate talent for sports. It starts off with his grandfather in the hospital on his deathbed. His grandfather tells him to always help people, save the people that he can, and to die surrounded by people, not to end up like his grandfather. After his grandfather dies, he reflects on what his grandfather told him, which leads to Yuji Itadori to uphold the idea that everyone deserves a proper death, so he wants the people he knows to have a proper death. Yuji and his friends find a special grade cursed object, which is the highest level and strongest a cursed object can be. The object looks like a rotting finger, but it has a seal or wrapping around it, which is opened by Yuji's friends. This leads to cursed spirits being attracted to it, which puts his friends' lives in danger of dying. Luckily, Yuji Itadori meets a sorcerer or shaman known as Megumi Fushiguro, who is looking for the cursed object. He tells him about the dangers of it, so they both rush to help. All of them are in a very tough situation, struggling against the cursed spirits that are attacking. Megumi Fushiguro is just a first-year sorcerer student, so he was also struggling. Yuji Itadori tried his best to attack, but he's unable to defeat one of the cursed spirits due to not having the cursed energy that he needed. When Megumi Fushiguro tells him that only curses can exorcise other curses, Yuji thought he needed some cursed energy, so he just straight up swallows the cursed finger to get some cursed energy. There was only a very small chance that Yuji can survive after eating it, but of course, he survives and gets an instant boost in power and cursed energy and completely destroys the cursed spirit monster. So Yuji is now the host of Vessel of Ryumen's Sukuna, a special grade curse, but luckily Yuji is able to control Sukuna's powers for the most part. However, since he now embodies that curse, Megumi Fushiguro takes a stance to exorcise Yuji Itadori as a curse. Basically, Yuji has to be killed now. Under Jujutsu regulations, that is a rule or law that they must abide by. Even though based on his own feelings, Fushiguro doesn't really want him to die, he doesn't actually want to kill him. Fact number 3. Ryumen Sukuna actually has 4 arms and 20 fingers, so Yuji Itadori only got a small percentage of Sukuna's powers, since in the beginning he only ate 1 finger and there are 19 more of those cursed fingers. Those cursed fingers can't be destroyed under normal circumstances, but you can get rid of them when someone like Yuji is made to eat them, and then if you kill the person, the curse dies along with them. This is when Satoru Gojo enters the scene. Gojo claims to be the strongest sorcerer or shaman. He's a teacher or sensei to Megumi Fushiguro. After Gojo saw that Yuji Itadori was able to survive after eating the cursed finger and was able to control it, he comes up with an idea. So he convinces the higher-ups to postpone or suspend his death sentence. So they decide to use Yuji Itadori as a vessel and postpone his death until he eats all 20 of Sukuna's fingers. After he eats all 20 of them, they can kill or execute Yuji Itadori, and when they do that, they expect that the special grade curse, Ryumen Sukuna, should also die. The reason it is good for them to do this is because it will lessen the evil and curse in the world, so less people would die an improper death. So he gives Yuji Itadori an option to die now or die after eating all the 20 cursed fingers of Sukuna. Yuji Itadori chooses the second option because he wants there to be less evil in the world and wants to help people and make sure people get proper deaths, that they die in a good way rather than in a bad way. If he has to eat all 20 cursed fingers and then die in order to take a great curse out of this world along with himself, he would gladly do that. Fact number 4. Yuji Itadori joins the Tokyo Metropolitan Jujutsu Technical High School, or in short, you can just call it Jujutsu Tech. It is a school of Jujutsu sorcerers or shamans. Yuji Itadori is a first-year student along with 2 others, who are Megumi Fushiguro and Nobara Kugisaki, and their teacher or sensei is Satoru Gojo. He reminds me a lot about Kakashi Hatake from Naruto. The 4 of them remind me of Team 7 from Naruto. Kakashi usually has one of his eyes covered, while Gojo has a blindfold over both of his eyes. One very interesting fact with Jujutsu Kaisen and Naruto that I have to mention is that episode 7 of Naruto is the first time we get to see Kakashi reveal his other eye. Similarly, in episode 7 of Jujutsu Kaisen, we get to see Gojo take off his blindfolds for the first time, which is pretty cool to think about. Also, all the cursed spirits and exorcism stuff gives me Bleach vibes. So if you're a Naruto or Bleach fan and you're not watching Jujutsu Kaisen yet, definitely check it out. This is just the premise of the story. It only gets better and better from here on. Fact number 5. There are also 2 light novels which were written by someone else. They have been released under the Jump J Books imprint. The first light novel was released in May 2019. It is called Jujutsu Kaisen Soaring Summer and Returning Autumn. The second light novel was released on January 2020. It is called Jujutsu Kaisen The Path of Roses at Dawn. They are both around 200 pages long each. I haven't read either of them and I don't know if they are available in English or not. Who knows, maybe someone else has translated it somewhere. I'm not sure about the relevance these 2 light novels have to the main story, but I would assume they are not essential to the main story, but it might be a nice read to whoever can and wants to read it. Anyway, let me know if you guys want to see me doing any other Jujutsu Kaisen videos, and let me know if you are watching or reading Jujutsu Kaisen at all, and are you enjoying it? This is Anime Talks 101, so let's talk about it. Comment down below, I want to know your thoughts.